Phony sounds, that was just crazy.
You really sounded like Homestar Runner for a second there.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna take this screenshot and I'm gonna upload it to twitter.com.
So, like, nothing can protect me from the gas leak. That's just crazy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Untitled Sickos project, where today we're actually joined by three ghosts. The ghost of Sickos past, the ghost of Sickos present, and the ghost of Sickos future. You may ask, isn't that something I should save for Christmas? Uh, I say this is The Nightmare Before Christmas more of a Halloween than a Christmas movie. Regardless, I'm Bears fan.
Oh,
God, that sucks.
that's a dumb story anyway. You want to know a real story? It's called Grausage Sausage wins the Fausage Bausage. Hello, everybody. I'm Carsausage. Welcome back. And it's good to be back. Hashtag no balls. God,
Just delete System 32. Just delete System 32. It
Yeah.
fixes it.
Yeah, download more RAM. Don't be a pussy. Pussy.
He's got
God,
enough.
it's good. It's
He's
good to
got
be
enough.
back.
He's got enough Rams. He's got enough Rams in it. That's where, if people wonder what happened to Aaron Donald, that's what happened with him. He's now in Luke's computer. So hello, I am. Also hello, I am Nickman. I have nothing to add because yeah, I think you know the drill by now. I think you know who we are. You know who we are.
I don't know who you are. Who are you people? Where am I?
What even is a Nickman?
What is a Carsausage? What is a Bears fan? What is a MaskedAura? What is this basement that I am locked in? Wait, where did these chains come from? Wait, what the hell is this?
And that's why we don't give you a phone.
Better get back to editing fantasy football, boy. Oh, he's a little grumpy.
He got
Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
he's gotten a big head ever since we let Noah in the basement occasionally. Like we genuinely he's let the fame got to his head.
Yeah,
He's starting to become Logan Paul. Crazy.
This is almost as bad as when he was on ESPN, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
I
take
don't
that.
know, man. Nickman has really gone downhill.
Yeah, this is what happens when you guys give me Prime to stay awake. This is what happens when you make me drink poison.
Look,
His
yeah,
blood.
it's not.
He no longer has blood. It's pure lead.
Plus, not to mention too, Nick. It's like, not to mention too, Nick. You were saying I don't get treated well enough here. So you know what we did? We went out and bought you something.
This is the monkey's paw talking. This is what happens when I ask for good things.
We give you good things. We give you air to breathe. We give you a roof over your head. We give you a computer to watch football on.
Yeah.
Plus, you're out here like talking about all these third world problems, like these first world problems. You need to look at the truer side to me. I made a horrible financial investment, and I bought a $500 brick that beeps, and I was given 2 controllers with it. So I don't know, Nick. What? I
This
mean,
is what happens. This is what
Who is-
happens when I get power. This is what
Is-
happens when I get power.
Is that
Look,
a fan?
look.
I haven't been here in so long. Greetings, Theoden. Holy shit!
Hello, chat. Hello, chat.
Hello, Theo.
Yeah. Sorry, I
Theo Watson.
seriously haven't been here in
Oh, God.
a while. So, wow.
Yeah,
Holy.
it was actually given. We,
Oh,
as a
nonsense, Nick. It can't be that bad.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's. Come on, Nick.
Look,
That's not.
once we see who's all eligible for Medicaid for sicko Medicaid, that's when we'll open it up. That's what we should say.
Sicko away.
However, there is one exclusion. If you're a Chiefs fan, you are not miserable. Please, please do not join our line.
Yeah,
But
listen, if you hold on. If you're a Chiefs fan, let me just tell you, if you need a jolt of energy in your life because you feel like you're miserable compared to everyone else, then I highly suggest you do what Kane did to Shane McMahon on an episode of Monday Night Raw that one time: electrocute his testicles.
Wait, if you're talking about Chiefs fans, if you're really looking for a way to electrify, might we recommend drinking Prime Energy now with 60% more cyanide.
yeah, I mean, if Nick can drink it, remember, kids, drink Prime because Nickman drinks it.
Let Chiefs fans eat the mold in the editing basement. Yeah.
Yeah, I would listen. I may or may not be turning into a mutant because of it, but you know what? I agree. Drink Prime.
Also, too, remember.
Like actually, or just like
For the bit.
oh, for the bit. Let's see. Let's look under the bed. Let's look under the bed and see how many bottles there are. Oh God, there's so many.
What the fuck?
He just
Well,
blacks out and starts like shotgunning them.
There's more. There's
hello,
more
everyone.
bottles
Welcome
here
to
than there.
What is
Hold on.
Under Nickman's Bed.
There's more bottles here than there's more freaking cans here than there were Logan Paul U.S. title defenses.
Yeah. Oh, damn. You know what? I feel like it also needs to be said, Nick, I feel like you're getting too good right now. We're gonna have to give you a nerf. We're going to have to restrict the hockey privileges come hockey season. You're gonna be forced to watch MLS.
MLS. That's not even
Major
hockey.
My profile picture is the Vegas Golden Giga Chad, and you want to treat me like this?
That's a step too
branding.
far.
I'm just following I'm just following what David Saslab would do. You know, like only the greatest owner of media ever. Like, are you really gonna get upset at a man for like telling you what's good? Like, announcing something for regular show and then taking regular show off Max.
You see, this is how I'm gonna end up being an AEW wrestler real soon. So I appreciate Mr. Zaslav for giving me the heads up.
I am not Mr. Zaslav. I am Bears fan. You do not say that to me.
Too bad.
I will
thought you were the.
take away
Wait
I
a
will take
second.
away your pillow. I will take away
not
your
the-
pillow.
You're telling me you're not the bear down gamer?
Oh, hello. Hello. It's me, the Bear Down Gamer. And today I'm here. And today I'm here to review Nickman.
Dude, dude, okay, dude, if you want to punish me, just do me do like the freaking Clockwork Orange style and just make me watch every Bulls game, like the old says.
You're gonna do that already?
I'm not. Okay, note everything that went wrong. It's like a 10-hour video. Okay, got it.
Okay, so basically he's just gonna turn into fucking LS Mark or somebody like
Yeah,
that.
basically.
Hello everyone. My name is LS Nick, and welcome to another video.
Welcome to another video where I review the worst. I look at every bad moment of the worst baseball team of all time, and I have to suffer watching the slop that Jerry Reinsdorf feeds me.
Otherwise, they won't let me. They'll take away my cot privileges.
Oh, oh yeah, I did want to say I had a quick announcement real quick. Uh, and I would like to congratulate Spencer on being the next guest for the hit podcast Talk Tua.
Oh, dude, shut up.
Spencer will be talking to Haley Welch, you
And
know, the hit lady.
I'll be demonstrating the grapefruit method live on air.
And not to mention too, but we will actually have Luke on the Joe Rogan Experience real soon.
Do I even want to? Do I even want to know what I'm getting?
Oh, Nick, you're stuck in the basement. You get to edit during this time. You get to recap. Yeah, the best moments
Fantasy
of
football.
best moments of fantasy football. It's okay. It's okay though. I will be doing the heart. I will be taking a bullet for the team, and I will be going on you know impulsive. It's okay. Don't worry.
Invest in Sicko Point, everybody.
Uh,
It's every day, bro.
with the sicko channel flow. 50 subs on YouTube in a year, never done before.
We did it, Joe. We did it, Joe.
And sick and lady sickos. There are some lady sickos.
Sick thems. Or is it like sick X, like Latinx?
Oh God.
I hate myself for saying that.
It was
Jesus
worth a
Hey,
shot,
hey,
Spencer.
hey,
It was worth a
Spencer,
shot.
Spencer. You know what, Spencer? Call her to sausage on that thing.
Fuck you.
Okay, guys. Oh my god. Okay, I think it's time we get to the nitty gritty of this podcast.
Let's go. We've improved from last year.
Last the first. By the way, I would be by the way, I would feel a little lackluster about being down by 10, being down by 11, but UNLV just took the lead, so let's go. We're up by 7 now. Yeah, we also jinxed Louisville, so yeah, that's great work, everyone. We should have. I I knew damn well what I was doing picking Louisville there. It's like, listen, I have two choices here. Every time I pick Notre Dame in a ranked game, they do not go my way. Every single damn time. And that includes that one time I may or may not have picked them to lose to Purdue, which is a war crime on my part. However, I knew if I pick Louisville and I make it a full sweep that we pick Louisville to beat Notre Dame is winning. And look what happened. Yeah.
Cal, or as I like to call them, the woke agenda.
I mean, we also still have to do our other picks for the because right, but like I mean like for like our pick'ems, like we haven't been able to do that in a while for here. Like and now fair
Yeah,
enough.
and I have like a 3 week backlog of shit I want to talk about.
Wait, Nick?
Yeah, that's
Why
fine.
did
I didn't
as
have
of
a good
last
week. Hey,
night?
just yes, let me have a damn turn here. Come on now.
And this is
Two
why
games
and
I'm
this is why you're getting this is why your saltine crackers are going to be replaced by fucking
can't even finish the sentence. Anyways, my two games: Bills, Texans, Cowboys, Steelers.
Oh, it's good to be back.
hockey. Yay.
I
Hmm.
well,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Golden Knights one. I'm pretty sure it's the one they got from the Hurdle trade.
Uh, Personally, I'm excited because this is like the last really thin year that the Wild have to go through.
I'm not gonna go that far, but I do agree that, like the thing with Utah is that when they were the Coyotes, the biggest thing killing them was they'd be, not a bad team, a decent, good team for a while, and then they just have a god awful stretch that completely kills their season. If they can avoid that, and given that, hey, you got a new crowd supporting you, you got, you know, what should be a strong fan base already looking like that, there is definitely hopium to be had with with Utah and probably the Utah hockey team.
I still call them the Hornets.
It's probably gonna be Yeti.
There's. I'm surprised. Taegan is restraining himself from making a hockey Utah joke.
Mm-hmm.
You think we're headed back to like early 2000s aggressive smash mouth hockey?
Yeah, I don't see it to that level, but I do agree with what Luke said. Like, yeah, there's definitely been some more violence this preseason.
I just can't. I just think it'd be cool if we got like an era of like a renaissance of hockey fights.
At Rempe. Yeah. Yeah.
The way I see it, it's like you know, hockey peaked in 1997 with that Red Wings Avs brawl.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, there's been big brawls still. I just feel like most fights nowadays, which I don't have an issue with I don't have an issue with fights going down. I more just feel like, it's still it would be good to occasionally see just, that big brawl happen. It's like if it happens occasionally, it makes it even more special cuz usually most fights you see are usually just, like some like scruffles and all of that or just like, I feel like sometimes after something goes a little not their way, you just fully expect that there's just gonna be a small amount of fighting and then just goes back to normal. Like that's
I,
usually what I see.
I'm just gonna say it. We were robbed of a goalie fight. That but
Yeah, and the thing with the NHL is we don't know the full effects of concussions with hockey. Yeah, we really don't.
yeah, because they haven't had that Will Smith concussion moment in the NHL like they have it with the NFL.
Mhm.
Guys like juniors, yeah, it's
Mhm.
all upper body or lower body. It's like, um, we
Yeah.
call that the Brett Favre special.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember I remember with Mark Stone when the Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup in 2023 during Game 5. He was playing through a broken wrist during that game. Like he broke his wrist in the first period and still managed to score a hat trick. Like that's the stuff you go through in those kinds of playoffs.
It's not like Bear Bryant. I'll be back. I need to grab some water.
Yeah. International game. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, worth a shot.
Right. Oh, brother. No, yeah. Yeah, hockey. Fucking right, bud. Trailer Park Boys.
Damn.
I'm sorry to hear. But I know who is ready. Bone saw is ready. Can't be too mad at that. You know, we've got right. And I'm saying if he chose to do that, be the ice guy for the Wild, I wouldn't be too upset with that, considering we got we have Philip Gustafson and Jesper Wallstedt right behind him.
To any non-hockey watchers out there, Patrick Mahomes, Barry Bonds, Aaron Judge, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, uh, 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 uh,
Connor McDavid.
Shaquille O'Neal. That's hockey.
get hockeyed on, the idiot. Yeah. It might be. I might have a few friends IRL that might want to come on here and talk about the Red Wings. They're because it's like, like I got friends here in Michigan, I think. Anyway, I it's time to put on my bit voice. So I haven't been around to see what the Vikings have done, you know, I'm assuming they're pretty bad. Like everybody tells me to look at them. Uh, I'm gonna take a sip of my water while you guys inform me how the Vikings are doing.
The Vikings are 0-4.
Mm, mm.
Oh shit.
What?
Hey guys, I just realized I was muted the whole time.
Wait, wait for what?
No, they heard you guys. You guys are good. I forgot to unmute my mic on OBS.
Oh my
Oh my
fucking
god.
retard! I mean, you moron!
I forgot to unmute myself. I thought I did.
You idiot!
I forgot to unmute myself.
No, Tristan's here!
Tristan pointed it out too.
Oh, that's a Sickos masterpiece.
Oh no! See what happened?
Oh.
It's called work stress. There's so much freaking nonsense going on at work, and I forget things.
You can't even blame work on that one, dog. I have to even I have to say hold the L on that one.
Yeah,
I'll take the L. I'll take the L.
but in all seriousness, I can't believe the Vikings are 4-0 with Sam fucking Darnold under center. Like, what the fuck? What timeline did I step into where like
You
Sam
got
Darnold
whatever
is-
you got whatever the hell Aiden got for like his lucky stuff.
I think it's only fair I play Overwatch the rest of the day. Not just any Overwatch, ranked Overwatch.
On the topic of the Vikings, they're the best team in the NFC right now.
Yeah,
Until proven otherwise.
I can't believe it. Like, like Kevin O'Connell has this offense firing on all cylinders, and it's not even with our 9th overall pick quarterback. He's still learning lessons from Kevin. It's from our quarterback we paid for 1 year, $10 million. And, and it's not just that he's a Justin Jefferson merchant. He's got Jordan Addison out there catching catches from him. He's got guys like Jalen Naylor or Johnny Munn or Brandon Powell. Guys like who are like way further down. Still looking really good. And
You know what else? Sorry to interrupt. I just gotta say, you know what else helps the Vikings offense, helps the quarterback like Sam Darnold? Having a running back like Aaron Jones.
Oh yeah, Aaron Jones. I still can't believe the Packers let him go to us for that cheap, $7 million. Like, was it really that hard to pay him what he wanted? Holy shit. And of course, we can't mention the Vikings without talking about the other side of the ball, and probably, a man who is probably like a generational talent, like this generation's like Tony Dungy or Mike Tomlin on defense, Brian Flores. The way he's coached this defense to just, generate 8 sacks on the season so far, which is NFL lead right now. Up there for interceptions as well. Especially with guys like Andrew Van Ginkel. The only reason people aren't talking about Stephon Gilmore as much as they would is that, quarterbacks simply aren't throwing that direction because he's been a lockdown corner.
Yep.
I know this sounds like super fucking braggadocious and annoying, but like, holy shit. I managed
I'm
when I was in New York City, I managed to find a Minnesota Vikings bar. And it was for the Vikings Texans game. And like, if you wanted to see a bunch of people in purple experiencing absolute euphoria, that was your best chance for it.
Yeah.
going
I
to
mean-
another team.
I mean, the
Going
one
to
I want
another
to
team.
say the one thing that's genuinely surprised me about the Vikings is, I mean, I feel like as an organization, Kevin O'Connell, okay, with Kevin O'Connell being a head coach for the Minnesota Vikings, I feel like he's been able to elevate this team, and I don't ever consider the Minnesota Vikings to be a bad organization. I think they're one of a well-ran team in terms of the landscape, and I think this is your preview for JJ McCarthy too in a Vikings uniform. He's going to be, I think he's going to be someone that is able to bring a new. I think you're going to win a Super Bowl with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
It's
a lot of that has to go to our quarterback coach, I think. A guy with the name of Josh McCown, which, him and Sam Darnold together at last. Which means if the Vikings make the playoffs, I am reading a certain piece of fan fiction only on the server. So you better join the Discord.
Oh no, not this again!
Yeah, that's right. It's back.
No, this is why I got smut banned from the tree server.
To quickly move on to another topic, there's a team that me and Nick will probably talk about a fair bit now, because I feel like it needs to be said, especially after last week. The Bears are a team that could easily be 4-0, but also 0-4. This team is one touchdown drive away from either side being anything. Legitimately, I do not know how to pinpoint the Bears right now.
I have some thoughts. Like what I've seen from the defense, which shouldn't surprise many. I thought defense played another strong performance last week against the Rams. Completely neutralized Matthew Stafford, and came up clutch with the interceptions. On the flip side, the offense has been an ugly mess, but I will say they definitely played their best game against the Rams. Caleb had a solid enough game, and honestly, if you're the Bears, that's all you really want to see. You just want to see improvement week over week with Caleb, which we are seeing now, and the defense just keeps doing what they got to do, and hopefully the O-line can, figure out O-line things, and yeah, I'll take it. Like, for as close as we've been to possibly being like an 0-4 team, like we were last season, which, God, I never want to go back to that. We're currently 2-2, and while I still feel, bitter about the fact that, damn it, we should have beaten the Colts. We were 1 yard away from winning that game. The fact that we're 2-2, it's like, okay, not a bad position to be in. Defense is doing what they gotta do. Your young offense is starting to click a little more. I'm fine with where we're at. I just want to hopefully keep that momentum going, because if the Bears can keep that momentum going against teams like Carolina and Jacksonville, then hey, you got something good brewing.
Yeah, but the Panthers, that's an Andy Dalton revenge game right there.
I mean, I was hoping Andy Dalton was going to get revenge on the Bengals, because it'd been more funnier to see the Bengals just continue to lose games, because, Mike Brown deserves like a good reality check at what he has as an owner. He has a franchise QB, a franchise wide receiver, and he's about to blow it in spectacular fashion.
I don't mean to be political here, but it kind of reminds me of what's going on in Cincinnati, like the city right now, where they have these unused subway tunnels, and the mayor is just like, what should we do with these? I don't know. Run a subway through them? You ever think of that? Run the subway through the subway tunnel?
But it's been funny to see Dalton get revenge, but unfortunately, Joe Burrow had other plans. But Dalton will get another crack at revenge. He could possibly have a shot at making the infamous quarterback one tweet go viral again.
Oh my god.
I don't think I forgot about that. In case anyone wanted to bring that up, I remember that vividly. Just like I remember Mike Lennon in a Bears uniform.
I'm not worried.
Oh, Essel, I'm going to keep spinning the hammer. It's the ADD
I'm going to be 100%. I am not worried at all about the Panthers game. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I just consider like like I'm always thinking about, hey, Andy Dalton would like to play well against the Bears. Never gonna rule that out, but the Bears defense has given me every reason so far to believe in them, and I'm gonna keep believing in them until they prove otherwise.
Seems like Eberflus is taking control of that defense. Like what he did when he was in Indianapolis.
Yeah. Yeah, would definitely agree with you. But yeah, I think that says well about the Bears right now. What other teams should we talk about right now? Because I feel like, given how many topics we've had, I feel like this is less of a week 4 recap and more just talking about the NFL in general right now.
Yeah.
I get to make these kinds of jokes. We got the greatest quarterback in Minnesota. Nobody can say that.
Yeah.
Terrific quarterback.
Oh, wait, I know a situation we can talk about because I get to watch this team 17 games a year. So, Raiders. I have an interesting situation going on with Devontae Adams, I see.
Yeah! Again, speaking of bad organizations continuing to do bad things that bad organizations do, and that is do bad things. The Raiders, hey, Raiders, what you guys doing? What you doing,
Pissing off star wide receivers has been a thing all the way back to the days of Al Davis. I'm reminded of the shit they went through with Randy Moss in 2006.
And more recently with Amari Cooper. If you want to talk about pissing off star players, you never forget Khalil Mack.
They have, again, just look at the players that they have acquired and then traded away. I mean, it's not like they've gotten, absolutely nothing for these guys, It just, I think it's something that's to really note that,
You say that, Luke, but one of the players they got out of the Khalil Mack trade was literally Josh Jacobs, and they literally let him walk in free agency.
Well, I don't think it's all the good players, right? When I mean for the players, a lot of notable ones, they acquired Tom Brady. They literally gave the Patriots Randy Moss. They got Randy Moss to help them improve their offense. Randy Moss was done in Oakland. They managed to tick off a guy like Antonio Brown. As much of a head case he was, they thought they could fix him. They did not fix him.
underrated bad trade by the Raiders for a Steelers wide receiver. Remember that time they traded a third for Martavis Bryant?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even then, like, the price that they even paid to acquire Antonio Brown, you know, it was like a steal, you know? You get you trade a third and a fifth, and you get, you know, still it's like a total waste of a trade. And Yinzers are dancing everywhere on the grave that they knew this is what AB was. They knew what AB was.
Did me like fuck with your silver.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't. It's hard to really, because I think a well-run Raiders organization, like more well-run franchises, does great things for the NFL. You know, it's to me, it's never going to be a bad thing that we have. I mean, especially think for Vegas, right? It's more of it's good that the Raiders are in Vegas because, hey, guess what? Fans won't give a flying crap. Like, locals won't give a. It doesn't matter. Even you don't have like the local populace to come in and watch the team. But hey, at least you'll have the opposing fans filling up most of the stands. And isn't that what, quote unquote, their owner had said? Is that he said that they were very frustrated at the lack of home fans at their games, which is something that we all knew that was going to happen when they moved to Vegas to begin with.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like a part of why it also took a while for him to address that is also the simple fact that, like, well, you know, away fans are filling up the stands. At the same time, despite how annoying that might be for me, I'm still making money, so why should I cry about it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say it, you know, like, maybe a reason you don't have many home fans for Raiders games in Vegas is because, you know, a lot of their fans' probations won't let them leave the state of California.
Yeah, that's something, you know, I'm also gonna say another reason for it is also a simple fact that, well, how do I put it? Tickets are expensive as hell. Like, seriously, it is so goddamn expensive to go to a Raiders game. And with that being said, obviously there's other places with expensive tickets. It's just, I've noticed ever since Allegiant Stadium opened up, like, yeah, tickets for Raiders games have been one of the most expensive in the league, and it's not that surprising when you consider that they're probably expecting a lot of away fans are going to want to travel to Vegas.
Yeah,
why not crank those prices up?
Like, no offense to you, Nickman, but Vegas just feels like a destination city more so than a city.
Because, like, it's not that Vegas is a sports market. Are you kidding me? The Golden Knights have absolutely won the locals over. Yeah. Like, we have the Las Vegas Aces, a WNBA team that's huge in Vegas as well.
I just feel like the Raiders, and it's also a simple fact that, you know, with the Raiders, like, they were also a California transplant, and, you know, they're not exactly a Vegas original, so it definitely feels like, hey, that connection's kind of lacking between, you know, the Raiders and the Vegas locals. So when you look at it, you just basically see basically the Oakland Raiders with a different name. That's basically what you're getting here, and it's basically just that in a different state.
I wonder if this is how Rams felt about them moving to St. Louis in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, I could definitely see that. Just definitely some similarities with that. But yeah, the Raiders are gonna be the Raiders. But going back to Devontae, yeah, there's definitely some teams I think many can agree on that would make sense to make a trade for Davante Adams, particularly with a quarterback that he's formerly played with a lot for more specific details?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I think an underrated destination for Devontae would be Buffalo.
That
Yeah.
would be a good destination. That'd be a perfect destination.
That'd be a great destination.
Especially because they have an extra second rounder that they can play with because of the Stephon Diggs trade.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? The Raiders are asking for. That's right, a second rounder.
I think.
I mean, you gotta consider though, like the Bills right now are basically they are pushing for Super Bowl or bust, and well, not just Super Bowl or bust. Also, for the love of God, find a way to get past Kansas City and the second round again.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to go all in. Getting Davante Adams would be the perfect way to do that, because that's instantly your wide receiver one right there.
It is, but I mean, I'm there is, but like there's the negative that a connotation that I have, and I feel like the Bills don't need a true number one wide receiver for one reason. I feel like they're thriving off of what they have right now as a balanced attack where Josh Allen could be a real distributor where he can distribute the ball evenly amongst his wide receivers to where they don't have to double team or triple team nobody. That's where I feel the Bills' current strength is right now.
But
Well,
don't
I
you think
understand
Devontae
that, but
Adams
also
would make them stronger?
He would.
I mean, do you want to win you want to push for the Super Bowl? You go and get Devontae. And I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying about the balanced attack, but I also get the feeling that, hey, against specific teams, that might not fly. Case in point, this past Sunday against the Ravens, where they got punched in the jaw offensively and defensively. Now, granted, I think that was just a bad game from the Bills overall, not an overall representative of what this Bills team is, because this Bills team outside that Ravens game has looked damn good. It's just, if you're Brandon Beane, you're Sean McDermott, we have to find a way to get back to the AFC Championship game and find a way to get past Kansas City. We have to find a way to do that. We cannot settle for another season where we either get knocked down in the second round again or lose a heartbreaker to Kansas City. We have to get past that. And if you want to go all in, Davante Adams, as I said, he's a perfect man to do that. To go all in.
And actually all in, not all in your ass like Skip Bayless and the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I think Devontae Adams. I think discussing trades, like I think whichever like trade destinations that a lot of fans are talking about will all be very fun. Like he'd be so much fun, and like Seattle had like the number one odds to get him, and I'm like, but they don't need Devontae Adams.
I don't doesn't need Devontae. That's okay. Like I don't think.
JSN, Jake Bobo, even like.
Unless you're like, I don't know, and I mean, unless like the only way they'd even be considering that is if they were thinking of maybe moving Lockett, but I don't see that happening.
No. And then it's like, well, why make that trade to begin with? I mean, because you already want to, especially for Seattle too, right? We know Lockett. Well, I mean, sources of Luke would say that Seattle has a high chance of moving off of Lockett at the end of the season for just a simple reason that, you know, you have the rise of JSN, you have the rise of Jake Bobo, they have guys that we can put elsewhere in terms of cap in the future year. And as much as I love Lockett, and Lockett is really good, I think Lockett will fetch a very good price just because his contract is not $20 million a year like some other, like his value probably is. His value is probably about $25 million given how crazy the receiver market is. And it's just not the value right now for Tyler Lockett.
Now, you did mention the Bills. Personally, I think there is another team that a lot of people are talking about that Davante Adams himself hinted at being an option. And that's a team that could also use another wide receiver. The Ravens.
Ravens would be awesome.
Yeah, and I think the Ravens, I mean, I feel like even though I still feel like the Bills could use one, I feel like the Ravens, yeah, they could probably use Adams even more. Because I feel like outside of Zay Flowers, and yes, you do have the tight end duo of Likely and Andrews, you don't really have another like guaranteed reliable receiver. I mean, Bateman can have good moments once in a while, but that's not going to be good enough. And Aguilar is Nelson Aguilar. He's been productive for the Ravens, but he's not going to be good enough for the role that someone like Davante Adams, if you get him, hell yeah, you're getting him. Like, the Ravens would be a perfect spot for Davante Adams, without question.
Yeah. I like the commies. I thought the commies was like a fun one.
Oh yeah, another one.
A joke one I saw was Davante Adams to the Vikings. You know, that was kind of a joke one. You know, be reunited with his true Packers alumnus, Aaron Jones.
Yeah. I will say though, because I think everyone has a certain team on their mind that he could go to. There's always been the rumor of the Jets, because the Jets are fighting for their jobs. A lot of people in that Jets organization, they're fighting for their jobs right now. You want to make Aaron Rodgers happy? You want to give a reason to try and go all in to try and break the playoff curse? Go get Davante, and it just makes perfect sense. Now, the only reason I also mention the Jets is because I do wonder if the Jets and Raiders were to make a trade, would we see Hassan Reddick get featured in that deal?
Ooh.
It is some.
I didn't even consider that. That's spicy. You're a regular you're like a regular Bleacher Report guy.
Yeah.
You know, saying all that. You know?
Yeah. That, because like that's not even a bad take. That is.
Obviously, it's not a bad take because Taegan didn't say it.
Yeah. No. If Taegan would have said that, I would have been all ears for that, man. I'm all ears for that. Cause I think, like my thing, like we can bounce back to Hassan Reddick. Like if Hassan Reddick doesn't play this season, he still has to play on the same contract with the Jets. It's week 5. You're not gonna get traded. I mean, I feel like you could get traded, but like this is the greatest blunders by the New York Jets. One of the worst blunders I have seen by a professional football team. The worst blunders I've seen. I mean, I've said we've seen worse blunders, but I think this year's is one of the worst blunders where you pay an asset to get somebody. You don't even negotiate in terms of a new contract for the guy. Like, that's why you do it.
And honestly, I think I think he'd be like Reddick would be a perfect fit for that Raiders locker room. Like,
I feel like if
that linebacking core.
But like, I feel like if you're the Jets, though, like if you're like any other team, if a team like the Jets couldn't get Hassan Reddick to play, what makes you think the Raiders are going to do anything different?
He needs a change.
He needs to change his scenery, but like, I'm not trading for Hassan Reddick.
Think about who else is on the Raiders defense that he's also there. You know, they just gave Christian Wilkins the big bucks. Max Crosby is there, who I'm pretty sure just got his first big boy contract. Divine Diablo is also there. Who I think he's doing pretty all right as a linebacker.
Yeah.
And did I mention Tyree Wilson yet?
Not yet.
Thank you. Tyree Wilson, who was definitely best dressed in that draft.
Yeah.
Now I need to look that dress up again. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing though. I feel like the Raiders, if Reddick wants to play with them, it would be a good fit defensively because the Raiders do have a good defense. They have good defensive players. Reddick would fit right in with them. I think he'd do well. Granted, though, doesn't excuse the fact that the Raiders did not handle the Adams situation well. The fact that Antonio Pierce liked an Instagram post talking about Adams possibly having played his last game as a Raider, and then Devontae Adams going publicly about the fact that, I haven't heard anything from the Raiders since that incident. They haven't said anything to me since.
bode well for the Hassan Reddick rumors, does it?
Yeah. I just think the way how I look at how Hassan Reddick is, I see a world where we just don't see him traded at all. I think we see a world where, as talented as Hassan Reddick is, he's not worth the headache to me. I don't think he gets traded. I think at the Jets they cut their losses this year, and he gets cut, and he loses all his salary that he was basically promised. Right? I think he's gonna lose all of that. He's gonna have to, again, I would be stunned if he gets, you look at long-term ambitions and everything. I don't even know if he gets a deal like that, Like, if someone's going to give him a deal or give him a chance when you have that opportunity to play for a Jets team right now that needs some playmakers for them. And even though you're on your last deal, this is where you have a career year and you get that extension.
Now, hang on. You know who might need a linebacker, though? The Rams.
Yeah, they do. But I don't know if the Rams want to be... I don't know if the Rams want to... I don't know if the Rams are looking for pieces to add right now, because I feel they've done just so well in terms of just drafting.
Yeah, I figured it was... I figured it was either that or my real crack pipe scenario for where Hassan could end up. The Bills.
The Bills would be nice, but I think...
I don't think they move him to a division rival in that case. I don't think that happened.
I mean, we said the same thing about T.J. Hawkinson when that happened, but...
I mean, true, but you know what? I think Detroit and Minnesota have a secret deal behind their backs that means they get to piss off Tom Grossi, which is actually pretty satisfying to see.
Yeah, and it's pretty satisfying that we both ended up on top because of that trade.
I will say with the Rams, only issue that I see with the Rams is that I feel like right now the Rams are not exactly in a position where they'd want to buy, given how the team is currently looking, because the Rams are not exactly looking like the best team right now. Injuries have hurt them, and also I feel like some things of their core just not aging well.
Yeah, I mean they've done well in terms of drafting, but even then you still have Puka Nacua who's currently hurt right now, and you have
injuries have really hurt them.
Cooper Kupp, who when was the last healthy full season that he had that he was healthy? I can't remember.
Last season, did he have a healthy year last year or
no?
He missed 5 games.
Yeah.
Wait, I know an even worse option for Reddick. You know who else needs a linebacker? A different shade of green, the Packers. Ugh. I was gonna say either that or the Eagles need linebacker depth.
Yeah, just go back. Yeah, just go back to the Eagles. Just say, hey, you know what? Listen, we kept the seat warm for him. We had to take care of his we had to get his bad behavior out here in New York, or technically New Jersey. Here, you can have him back. Well, we'll give you a 7th round pick if you please take him off our hands. Please take him away from us.
It's basically a blockbuster rental.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, Devontae Adams, wherever he goes, should be interesting to see how that goes. And the Raiders, well, I mean, hey, that Raiders Browns game was pretty funny. It was a funny game.
Yeah.
I got to watch Amari Cooper create one of the funniest interceptions I've ever seen, and then score a touchdown on the drive after, a 75-yard touchdown, and then have it get called back because of an offensive holding. So yeah, rough week for Amari Cooper, but yeah.
I like watching Diddy Sean Watson fail.
Yeah, I get to watch Bo Nix this week. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, nothing like watching Deshaun Epstein just absolutely shit the bucket.
Yeah, really fun. Really fun watching the Browns have to go for a 4th down to try and keep the game alive because their kicker missed an extra point on the previous touchdown. But yeah. Anyways, teams that are look, I know this is supposed to be focusing on week 4, but after what I saw last night, I feel I have to give this game a nod. So the Thursday Night Football decided to cook something. They decided to cook something great.
And you know what? Al Michaels actually had emotion.
He did.
It's almost like when you force him to call bad games, he has a monotone or something. Crazy, right?
Yeah, he's gotten so used to calling bad games that it took him a bit to get going, but once he saw this game going on, it's like, hey, this game, okay, you know what? I'm feeling something here. I'm feeling something I haven't felt in a long time here.
They say that Grinch is hard to grieve 3 sizes that day.
Yeah, but man, there's so many funny reactions watching that game-winning touchdown for Atlanta. But man, Baker Mayfield's reaction was perfect because it's just like, damn, I played a great game, and this still happened.
Yeah, it was really cool. You know, I'm very happy that Sam Darnold is doing as well as he is, because otherwise I would have been very, very jealous of what Kirk pulled off last night.
I mean, that was, Kirk had a rough start to the season, but I think last night quieted all those doubts because, yeah, 509 passing yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
I think it's fair to say that the primetime Kirk joke is dead. I think we can agree on that.
yeah, I think it's finally time to retire that piece of tired.
Yeah. And I saw Jaguar Gator 9 tweet about this, but yeah, it's very fitting. This happened on the night where the Falcons honored Matt Ryan, because the previous record for passing yards in a game by a Falcon was in 2016 by Matt Ryan with 503 yards. And Kirk Cousins broke that, and then also his previous career high at the end of that game was 460 yards in a certain 2022 game against the Indianapolis Colts, where, what do you know? The quarterback for the Colts was Matt Ryan. How about that?
Yeah, and all respect to Matt Ryan, but I think he looks like one of those. He looks like those grasshopper dudes from A Bug's Life.
I can actually see that. Anyways, teams that are still not cooking after 4 weeks into the season, well, the Jaguars are 0-4.
Yeah, Trevor Owen Forens.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
My thing with the Jags, this is, you see what bad organizations do? They
They
peak.
should have fired Balky, honestly, back in 2021.
They should have fired. Like, the fact, like, I feel like, especially if you don't get the GM hire right, it takes so long for, you know, really anything to come of it. You know, you hire a GM, you're not going to fire him after 1 year. No matter how bad he is, right? You know how bad, no matter how bad he is, right? You're not gonna fire a guy for it, you know. One year GMs I find it's you know when you fluffed up when you fired you hired the wrong GM, sorry, the wrong coach. I feel like you've done the worst thing to your organization possible just by firing, just by, like, you're the worst organization if your GM is one and done.
I don't agree with that because there are situations.
Well, I mean, think about it this way, you know. Balky, even though he was there during the Doug Marrone era of the Jaguars, I still mostly associate him with the Urban Meyer trash fire, and they fired him within the season.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot he was interim general manager for them in 2020. I forgot about that. But and even before that, you know, obviously he infamously ran the 49ers straight into the ground after, you know, the Harbaugh era came to an end, and the infamous offseason hell that came before 2015. Yeah, Trent Baalke ruined all his goodwill in San Francisco, and he ruined it even faster with Jacksonville, which is impressive. That the fact that, you know, after how bad the first season went, after Urban Meyer feigns with Jacksonville, he got a second chance, and he couldn't take advantage of it. And now he's probably going to get fired the moment that Doug Peterson inevitably gets fired as well.
Mm-hmm. Doug, like, how does Doug Peterson even just run practices? What, like, I feel like I feel like it's more said about Doug Peterson, because we all know the Eagles' attitude when they won the Super Bowl. It was very different. It was, you know, oh, we don't need to try anymore. We've already gotten our hardware. Veterans became more relaxed. I think, you know, it had an impact on the young players that they brought in too, because if the veterans aren't trying, who's to say the young kids aren't trying? I mean, and even then the Eagles went through
that report.
I actually have some weird news that happened. A little bit minor. This is from just a local a local reporter, but sources told Bill Huber NFL/Sports Illustrated that Packers wide receiver Romeo Doubs skipped practice on Thursday and wasn't present on Friday because he was upset with his opportunities in the passing game. According to the source article, Packers coach Matt LaFleur was overheard telling the team not to let something become a distraction. Doubs is now doubtful for the game against LA, and he has removed all Packers stuff from his Instagram.
Ooh, saucy.
That's that's interesting to note. Gonna be worth keeping that in mind, but I will say, to go back to what Luke said about, you know, Doug Peterson. I remember hearing the report in the offseason how the Jaguars defense basically just wasn't like really doing much practice. They really weren't doing much, And then it made sense why, well, you know what? That makes sense why someone like Trayvon Walker isn't developing. Because what the hell is this mentality you have with this team?
It's. I am so surprised that, because, like, we all knew when Doug Peterson got fired, right, from the Eagles, and then the year after that, they made the. No, they didn't. They had made the playoff appearance. Sure, they got destroyed by Brady, but there was something there that they had shown. But I think with the Panthers, with the Jags, it's just what's with this mediocrity?
That's you might be thinking of a different Eagles team.
Yeah. No, I was thinking of like Super Bowl, but no, they didn't make the Super Bowl. They made the playoffs the next year with Nick Sirianni, and then they made the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
that's what you were thinking.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Are you sure the mold from the editing basement isn't getting into your brain?
No, I'm not even in the editing basement. But there's got to be, I think, a deep dive into. I mean, because especially with the power of social media, we see content creators doing like these obscure deep dives into like teams and whatnot, right? So to see, to make this more of a point to where, you know, we have you know, good lord, Doug Peterson being a head coach, and here he is again, where he's gotten this lax culture, this lax like, what's the word I'm looking for?
You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of those stepdads that are trying way too hard to be
No, it's not
cool
stepdad.
with their
Country club. Yeah, I think he's running too much of a country club atmosphere than being a football trainer. If you want to think about how Urban Meyer was too much of a hard ass, I think Doug Peterson is too lax with this team.
I'm sorry, but I've dealt with like divorced people in my life, and
oh yeah, you're not wrong, Spencer.
Guy.
You're not wrong, Spencer. But I think my point with it being is, I think Doug Peterson is too lax, and Urban Meyer was too much of a hard ass. That's what I think is true about this current iteration of the Jaguars, is that there's no middleman. And I think if Doug Peterson were to go, you know, I'm more worried that they're going to hire a hard ass than an actual coach to save this team.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You think they're going to hire Mike Zimmer?
Here's the thing. I will say, go on your point about the culture. I think it worked so well initially. It worked so well initially because we all know how much of a garbage trash heap, a garbage shit show the Urban Meyer era was for Jacksonville. So you take that and throw it in the trash. You bring in Doug Peterson, and yeah, there is that lax mentality, but it's so much different from, you know, the hells you went through with Urban Meyer, and it works. It works, and the Jaguars see initially good results. But then over time, it starts to really make them worse and worse, and I feel like the fact that they, you know, folded so badly to end 2023 may have been a sign of that, hey, this ain't working. And obviously, now in 2024, the wheels have completely derailed off the tracks. So now, you have a very bad situation here in Jacksonville, where your coaching once again isn't working. Your quarterback that was supposed to be your highly touted prospect, this generational quarterback, is floundering right now. And right now, the Jaguars are just lost at sea right now. And it's really funny, going back to the comments that, I remember, Shad Khan making about how, you know, the Jaguars, this roster, this 2024, Jad's roster, from what he saw, he said this is the best team assembled in franchise history, and he expects winning now. How you think he feels right now?
Sort of like how Howie Roseman felt in 2011 with the Dream Team Eagles.
Yeah, but yeah, which, I just wonder, you have all these expectations, and it just goes that poorly with, the Jaguars so far, and it's just, yeah, it's ugly, Jacksonville. It's really ugly.
That's why you gotta be really careful about dating the rebound guy, yeah, you're getting out of a shit relationship, but that doesn't automatically make the next guy a good one.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to say I did not realize, I forgot how long Howie Roseman has been with the Eagles. God damn, I forgot how long he's been there. He's been there, since around Andy Reid first showed up.
Yeah.
To break
Crazy.
to break this all up, since I don't feel like I've been talking too much, I do want to bring up one thing, and that's the greatest uniforms of all time has just dropped. And I'm just gonna say this now. FIU may have, hands down, the single greatest jersey in any single sport in sports history.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean
The Vice, they look clean.
Yeah, very clean. Love to
Yeah.
see it. Also, Western Kentucky
know.
dropped some banners as well. Getting some good uniforms this week.
Good unis, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to show some of these to my mom, because she's our resident sicko expert when it comes to fashion design. She very much enjoyed the Monday Night Football game between the Seahawks and the Lions because it was white versus black, which was very easy to tell apart, which I believe is a great segue into me talking about the Seahawks and the Lions.
Fun game.
Yeah,
Except if you're a Seahawks fan, but fun game.
Yeah, Jared Goff, perfect game, even as a receiver.
It makes
That
game made me mad because how the heck with our two fantastic cornerbacks do we let Jared Goff dice this team apart, man?
I will simply put, be quiet for this segment.
Oh,
good-
right, we got a
good
Jared
notion.
Goff hater.
It's not a Jared Goff hater.
Jared Goff, man. We let this man dice this team apart. Really?
I don't think Jared Goff is that bad.
Well, it's not that I think it's just bad. It's just that I expect with our elite corners that to do something. How is it that, again, my biggest gripe with the Seahawks is that their inability to force turnovers. Sure, they get 3 sacks. Hey, that was nice, I like it when we get 3 sacks. That was lovely. But how is it with this team that we can't even, force turnovers unless it's, the bad teams? Right? We were schedule merchants, man, for the first 2 weeks. Everything I know is a lie.
All right, buddy. Here's a cup of copium here for you. You need this right now, buddy. You need this.
I know. My copium is Overwatch.
Goff played bad last game. I'm going to say this now.
Oh,
I think Jared Goff played a good game.
He was perfect. He played an amazing game.
He played great.
He played great for a guy that threw most of his passes behind the line of scrimmage and 5 yards up to the rim.
Oh, that's copium! That's copium!
Taegan, you know how much you would be jizzing your pants if it was Caleb Williams who had that game?
I'm getting at people are toting it like this is a fucking all-timer. I don't think it's a
It
fucking
is an all-time
all-timer.
great
It is
performance.
not. It is
Taegan,
literally not.
explain. Okay. No, I'm done. This conversation's over. No, I'm not. No.
You think hot dogs are for old people, you moron?
You won't even let me finish what I have to say.
Taegan, because I know these ridiculous takes
No,
you
let
have.
me-
There is a phrase for when we say it. It's, say the line, Bard. Classic hot take.
Take.
me let just let me
Taegan, it's no.
Tell me
Dude,
about him.
there's no way you look at that and say, no, this was a good performance. It wasn't perfect because he didn't throw the ball 10 times for 1 bazillion yards mid. Right?
He didn't even throw like 25 passes. He threw 18.
And it was
And
perfect.
there was
It's what
one
you need to do, Taegan. Not everybody can be throwing Mahomes level games. This game was excellent.
He
No,
caught
it
a
wasn't.
touchdown. He caught a touchdown.
Hey, Taegan, you're sounding too much like a PFF nerd right now. I'm just being completely honest.
And to quote the
Can-
immortal mantra, nobody cares, nerd. Nobody calculates.
Let me say this. One, I think it needs to be said the Seahawks were very injured last game. Now, I'm not putting everything into that as to why that was it. But let's be honest here. The Seahawks weren't at full strength, and they were really hurt on the defensive line. So Jared Goff basically wasn't getting pressured at all last game. So he could just sit in the pocket and do whatever he wants. And I'm not going to sit here and flambe the guy because he had a good game. I am not taking away from what he did. What I am saying is that for me, an all-time performance would be something like what Kirk Cousins just did last night. Did Jared Goff have a really good game? 100%. Was it one of his better games of his career? I agree. But would I put it into the category of Chiefs Rams or any of that? No, not at all.
I mean, look, Jared Goff played a great game. End of story.
And I can admit that. He played a great game.
Okay,
I just don't think it's an all-timer.
I think
That's
it's one of
it.
his all-timers. He was perfect. That's it.
Anyways, on the topic I actually want to talk about, this is for an upcoming game, but I found this pretty interesting. Yeah, 49ers Cardinals might be more interesting than initially thought because this is gonna, apparently from what I'm hearing, this is expected to be the hottest game at Levi Stadium that they have played. Like, it's gonna be in the high 90s, which I know for the way that Levi Stadium is, configured. That's, yeah, that's gonna have an effect on the players.
You know what?
What's the weather that they're What's the expected temperature for kickoff?
98 from what I've been hearing.
Okay, that's not the hottest game that we know of. For those who don't know what the hottest game that we know of, was the Sicko Committee's game of the week where kickoff was 103 degrees Fahrenheit at night. It was the Sun Devils versus I don't remember who.
Yeah, I'm more just talking about like hottest games at like Levi Stadium, like at kickoff, like, which from what I've heard, I'm only mentioning it because I know that Levi is configured in a way where it's like, I don't know, like it might be a pain for like maybe like the Cardinals or something, maybe like the Niners, depending on which sideline is the one getting hit by the deadly laser, but it does need to be said that apparently the 49ers, they were trying to like get their uniforms changed so they could wear like, like they could just wear the white uniforms at home, so you're not having like the like the red really heat you up. But apparently the NFL didn't change that because basically to them all uniforms must be scheduled ahead of time. So yeah, the Niners are, I mean, they are wearing white pants at least, but yeah, I'm gonna be very interested in seeing how that game plays out because it feels like there might be some bullets happening with that game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I at least hope Kyler Murray can get me some fantasy points because.
Well, I saved this now. I officially used my double down this week for Arizona.
Ooh.
The Cardinals.
What's Arizona? What's the spread?
7.
It's
That
minus
is
7.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, about time. I don't have a double down. I can't use mine until next week.
Yeah, neither can I.
Yeah.
Just don't see one as good as that Buccaneers Lions one.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah.
I just want to. I feel like I have to use mine for the sake of using it because I'm so far behind. And the fact that Spencer completely nailed his double down, man. Dude. Hella jelly. Jelly in my belly.
What else? What did I miss any like crazy like meme formations while I was gone? Like.
Did you?
What did you miss? Oh, I missed one episode because of work being,
Yeah,
dumb.
we had an episode where it was basically me, Taegan, Jugger, and Noah, and we basically were the emergency squad on a Saturday night. That's basically what we did, but it managed to work. So you know what? We'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Just figured there. Since I couldn't think of anything else to talk about, might as well do the Untitled Sickos. Hey, what did I miss?
You didn't miss
By the way,
much.
if we're talking random stuff, y'all hear that Connor McDavid is apparently afraid of ketchup?
What?
Connor McDavid's wife says he is scared of ketchup, which is the graphic from the Bleacher Report Open Ice account. And that apparently, Connor is afraid of ketchup, and their personal chef sneaks Lauren, Connor's wife, bottles of ketchup when he's not looking.
You know what that kind of gives off the vibes of? I don't know if you've ever seen that clip of Maury where this lady is scared of olives. She's explaining this, and then Mari's just like, bring up the jar!
It reminds me of how the Undertaker is scared of cucumbers.
Oh my gosh! Now I have to find this clip so I can show you guys. Oh my goodness! Bring out the olive. Yes, bring out the olive. Yes. Oh, I found it! Fuck, I have to stream this. I have to share this. Alright, Alright, here we go. Let's bring out the olives.
I think it's funny when we see, athletes be afraid of dumb things. I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of funny. Yeah. Guys?
Yeah.
Is it just awkward silence? There's
Because I'm
more. I
watching
think.
the olive.
Wait for it.
What? I feel like we're on a roll with something and then just silence.
Okay.
Oh my god. Bro.
Bring out the olives.
Bring out the olives.
That's you guys having to listen to me speak.
That's Connor and David having to deal with ketchup.
It's like, oh no, here's another hot take. No!
Bring out the hot take.
No, you can't make me. No. No, I don't need another hot take. No.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. The LA Chargers are disappointing.
Yeah.
Grass
Yeah.
is green. Oh,
I mean, their defense.
oh, I know what to talk about. Oh god, I so know what to talk about. So sorry that I just kind of like just said this out of nowhere, but actually we'll go with the Chargers because it'll lean right into it.
Anyway, Nick, you were saying about the Chargers?
Yeah, I mean, their defense looks very good. Much better than last season compared to how they've done, but, yeah, the offense leaves a lot to be desired right now. Where that, Greg Roman is still having some Greg Roman moments, and Justin Herbert doesn't look 100%. I think it's very clear he doesn't look like Justin Herbert right now.
And remember who that senior offensive assistant is.
Oh God.
The jump scare man himself, Mark Trent.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, he's in my walls. He is in my walls.
What do you mean, but your walls? Do you think we give you walls in that basement?
He's in your walls. He's in your walls right now.
He is not in my walls.
Yes, he is.
Nick, I feel like you're just very upset right now because we're making you watch Major League Soccer this year.
No.
Soccer season's almost.
Yeah, Taegan. They're in the playoffs right now. They start in February.
Yeah, dude.
On you.
Yeah. No, if you were gonna say anything, it'd be like, you're just... Oh, Nick, you're just upset because we forced you to make that Bobby Coleman highlight reel.
You know what, Nick? You know what? For Christmas this year, I was gonna move you up to the closet. But if you're gonna start slacking off and being naughty, I could just make sure that Santa not only takes you from the basement to a lower place, but we could just always move you back to inside the dishwasher.
I mean, at least he gets to stay clean inside the dishwasher.
True. This is what I did. I wish I could actually. I wish I can smell dishwashing. I guess I don't know what to do with that. Okay,
You can smell clean. It's like taking a shower. You get sanitized.
Soap.
Yeah, like, this is getting to the territory where it's like the Grunkle Stan clip where it's like, well, this is getting weird.
Well, this is getting weird.
You know what? But back to what I was gonna say to lean into this. I think it needs to be said. I think the Chiefs are not watch football. I think they are the most boring and bland football team this year.
But they win games and they're 4-0.
I don't. That's not what I'm talking about. They're 4-0, yeah, but
Yeah, here's the thing. They win, but, you know, watching them is like, you know, like, it's like they're the most, like, unseasoned chicken team of all time.
I wouldn't even. That's an unseasoned chicken is an insult to white people. They're the most. They're the most grass kind of team.
The Kansas City Chiefs are the white people of football teams.
I mean,
Here's my thing. Look, I'm gonna say it with the Chiefs. Their offense leaves a lot to be desired, and I'm gonna be honest. Mahomes has been looking a lot less like Mahomes ever since Matt Nagy became the OC. Just gotta say that.
I believe that. I can believe that.
The offense
I will
leaves a
say
lot to
this.
be desired right now. The offense leaves a lot to show, and it's really getting annoying more and more with the Chiefs and watching their dominance because they're just not as exciting to watch because the offense feels lackluster. Now, with that being said, can't take away from the fact that their defense is still the Spags defense that won them the Super Bowl last year. It is still the Chiefs defense that is as good as ever. And that's why, for as frustrating as they have been, or as human as they look, I'm still gonna say, someone's gotta beat the Chiefs first. Someone's gotta beat them.
Yeah, someone has to beat the Chiefs, but like, the fact of the matter is, the Chiefs have an unfair advantage of that everyone that has to watch their games is going to get put to sleep.
Including
There has not been.
I mean,
There has not been a single exciting Chiefs game this year.
I mean, if you want to look at it,
The Ravens one was good. The Ravens
Mhm.
Thursday Night Football one was good, but outside of that, yeah, I mean the Bengals one was good until you know, it was the typical Chiefs show. But yeah, the last two ones, like the Falcons one, was a little predictable of how that ended, more because Atlanta shot themselves in the foot with that. But no, yeah, the Chargers one was not fun to watch. That was painful. That sounded like a painful game to watch. And you know what? Kind of glad that I got to watch the Sean Cosby Browns crash and burn.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
You
I
want
good for
to
that.
you want to
I
know
was in the
something?
air
I'm
that
going.
whole week.
I'm gonna predict Chiefs Saints. It's gonna be 7. It's gonna be 7-7 at halftime. And then by the end of the third quarter, it's gonna be 13-7 Chiefs, and by the end of the fourth quarter, it's gonna be 10-20 Chiefs.
All right, whatever. That's pretty much how I feel about the Chiefs.
I do love the comment. Sorry. Before we move on, I do love the comment that someone left us on the Untitled Chiefs project. Laughed my ass off. This is so dumb.
I mean,
I feel like
What is the comment? What is the comment, Nick?
That's the comment. Look at the Untitled Chiefs project. That's the comment.
I feel like you could make that comment on any of our videos. You know, like the Untitled Vasectomy Project video. That could work for LMFAO. This is so dumb.
Yeah, Lamau, this is dumb. I mean, to be honest, that probably goes beyond being dumb. But yeah, Spencer, what were you gonna bring up?
Since we're on like the whole Chiefs thing, I figure I mentioned like the one good Chiefs fan, John Boyce. Congratulations on having your first child today.
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah. Figure I could say that since I kind of respect him as somebody who's an enjoyer of sports content.
Always. As for the most exciting part, how about the ending to the... And again, I must apologize to Spencer. How about the ending to the Mets and Brewers game?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was sorry about the heartbreak to any Brewers fans out there, but yeah, that was some good baseball. That was some really good baseball out there.
Like I was saying to Nickman earlier, I can't be too heartbroken about it because That's like one of the less painful losses, playoff exits that the Brewers have had in a few years. Like, because, you know, we actually bothered to win a game, and, you know, like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like we showed up better than we might have with Craig.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Like, I get what you're saying. And to be fair, I feel like with the Brewers, it's just the expectations weren't as high. You know what? Given how guys like Churio did, a lot to be proud of. It's just, I think it's understandable why many Brewers fans would be like, "Damn, that stings." Like that leaves a sting in your heart when you watch that Pete Alonso bomb go out. But still a lot to be proud of for the Brewers. I will say, I am kind of happy to see the Mets move on. One, because the Grimace memes continue, and number two, the Mets have been playing some exciting baseball. Like that Mets Braves game where the Mets came back to win. That was the best baseball game I've seen in a long time.
I mean, just look at how amazing it is just to be part of just games like these, you know? It like, for fan bases, you know, sure, heartbreak sucks. But think if you're a Mets fan, man. After being told after this year, that after, you know, think of it how 2015 was supposed to be this big evaluation thing. We're gonna reset and then we're gonna reload, rebound for next season to, you know, to make the playoffs. And especially you have that rise ever since Grimace threw the first pitch, is what baseball is all about.
By the way, sorry, but I gotta say, before Spencer continues, 5 Point Vince's reaction was amazing. That was awesome to see him have that happiness.
I saw that live. That was so cool to see.
You know, speaking of baseball, there are a few highlights I may have missed during my time out there. Like, I hear that the White Sox broke the all-time losing record, and the Detroit Tigers make the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. And as somebody who grew up watching this team, because I live in Michigan, them making the playoffs and then proceeding to sweep the Astros in the wild card, that's something very special to me.
Yeah, it was fun watching the Astros commit runners in scoring position fails, and just having the Tigers just go full Tigers on them. Like watching, it's fitting how the Astros season came to an end. One of the biggest things that was haunting them all season was the struggles of Ryan Presley and Josh Hader. The fact that killed their season is such a fitting end. Not to mention,
that's another thing that makes me not feel so bad about the Brewers' loss, because LMFAO Josh Hader still can't win in the clutch.
Yeah, that Josh Hader is.
Not to mention, the Astros also lost to AJ Hinch.
Ooh,
Revenge happened. The AJ Hinch revenge series officially happened, and he won.
That is
also,
good.
Tariq Skubal is still looking like a Cy Young winner.
I think he'll win the AL Cy Young.
He should.
Shame that Mariners have 3 candidates for the Cy Young and only a 10-game division only to show for it.
Yeah. I mean, by the way, going back to what you said about Tigers making the playoffs, just want to bring up, best part about Detroit making the playoffs is getting to see, I know his name, their announcer, the Detroit Tigers announcer, Jason Benetti.
The former White Sox announcer. That's the thing. They got the record for worst losses on the same game that the Tigers made it to the playoffs.
And Jason Benetti, the former White Sox announcer, got to call it. Fuck you, Jerry.
Yeah. Also, I've been following this guy on TikTok who has just been losing his fucking mind about, you know, the about the whole White Sox situation. When they got to 121 losses, he proceeded to stone cold 2 Dr. Peppers over his head.
Oh my god.
With the paper bag over his head, mind you.
Dude, I'd be too ashamed to put the paper bag over my head. I would have shaved my head bald, and my title would have been, "I'm too ashamed to even put a paper bag over my head, man." Like,
Well,
what a joke.
I mean, to celebrate 120 losses, he wore the paper bag over his head, but he also decided to wear Joker makeup.
Oh no.
And pretty much he's been, like, screaming, "We did it, Jerry," after every loss.
We did it, Jerry! We've lost the most games in a season!
I posted this, but I love that edit with like Jerry Reinsdorf, his face put over Wilt Chamberlain with like the 121 on the paper for the amount of losses the White Sox have had. Yeah, that's perfect. By the way, speaking of filling bets, unlike that one Florida State fan, shout out to the Kansas State fan that actually shoved the burrito up his ass.
I love college football, man. It's stuff like this that, you know, we could be, college football fans are a little silly sometimes. You know, they're a little silly, you know. They're a little silly, you know.
I suppose now is as good of a time as ever to be like, you know, like, so I had fun on my vacation, you guys.
Spencer, talk about your vacation. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. I spent 4 days in New York City and 4 days in Boston. The whole time I didn't use an Uber or a taxi or anything like that. The whole time I just used public transportation and I just walked everywhere. It was really nice to just have that kind of freedom. And, you know, it's really kind of inspired me, kind of put a fire in me to, you know, be like, damn, I really want that, you know, here where I live right now. Like, that'd be pretty cool. And I think, honestly, that might have been one of my favorite parts of going to New York. But, you know, obviously going to a Vikings bar is up there as well. Going to the Nintendo store, that was pretty cool. Times Square was super overstimulating because there's just like billboards with a shit ton of lights all around you, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, we get it. You want me to buy a product?
It's like having a million phones in your face, basically.
Yeah, imagine like the most like ADHD brain rot you can imagine. That's basically what Times Square was, except they played Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z the whole time.
I feel like I would enjoy Empire State, the New, like Times Square, New York, probably definitely a lot more than you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just because, you know, how the way I handle things, like even now I'm playing fucking ranked Overwatch and having conversations about sports. And it's stuff like that that I know that I'm able to do, but I feel like, honestly, for you, especially you with autism, it's too much.
Yeah, I'm more, you know, like, I'm fine being, like, in, like, a transit-accessible suburb where I can just fall asleep listening to the train clatter by. Like, which, you know, that's a little bit of a spoiler for a video I'm putting out, where I may or may not have a bone to pick with a certain hotel corporation.
Yeah, that I just reading the DMs about it. I'm just like, this is so stupid.
Your days are numbered, Hilton. We have 55 subscribers, bitch.
This is why I always. This is why I say La Quinta in better.
I mean, the one thing that I will say is a definite thing that I always love going to my mom's and spending a week there is, again, transportation. It feels like, you know, if something's like a city away, it still feels so doable because of how reliable transit is. And unfortunately, like, there's cities like, especially the city that I'm in, transit sucks, man.
Yeah, like, as much as I like living in Michigan, the transit definitely leaves a lot to be desired. I had a whole rant about Detroit's transit system back in May, which may have blown up a little bit, you know. I may have blown up a little bit.
That was a funny video. Spence, you were funny, man. That was a funny video.
Somebody had to have their Schaeferless moment here.
Mm-hmm. Like, the fact that, especially when it comes to, like, Detroit, especially, like, the fact that you can't have good transit in a major city like Detroit shows that just how bad your city is in an entire, like, just in an entirety through its infrastructure, man.
Yeah.
Like, the thing that I will say, and especially as, you know, I can drive, I just actively choose not to just because of just the stupid amount of money that I've been able to save just by not driving. Like, just think of, like no monthly car insurance. No gas, like, I don't have to gas up a car just to drive the thing. Like, I don't have to worry about getting oil changes, getting car repairs, keeping it to general maintenance and upkeep of my vehicle anymore. Like, I don't have to do that anymore. The fact that I still prefer garbage transit over, you know, not driving is still insane. And I, you know, seeing stuff like this is, you know, it's why I wish I was, you know, not in the city that I am in right now. It's why I would love to be in a city with great transit because it's so citizens and this, and again, you know, you want to go green, take the public bus. You know, I don't feel super smug about taking, like, the, you know, not being as super huge into public transit, right? And, you know,
I'm just helletistic.
mm-hmm. So, not that I am like, yo, transit, guys should, like, join it or something. You know, I feel like, especially when we look at, you know, public transit, I can understand that if it's just logistically impossible, it makes no sense, right? You know, when I lived on Promontory, right? There was only one bus that got us up and down the hill, and it came every single hour.
Right.
Like, that was horrible, and that makes you forced to rely on a car more than transit itself.
And I be honest, I don't feel responsible enough to drive because I have these spells where I space out and I don't trust myself behind the wheel of an automobile because of that. Because I'm worried I'll space out at the exact wrong time and then hit somebody. You know, I don't want to be responsible for, you know, I don't want the blood of a Johnny Gaudreau on my hands, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, especially for me, I find driving just very stimulating. Like, I used to be a pizza delivery driver. I did that for 18 months. Was a very, simplistic thing, but it kept me, very stimulated. It kept me focused, right? I don't mind driving. It's just, right now I don't think it's feasible. I just don't
what
think
else?
it's a feasible expense in my life to have. As much as I would love the ability to drive, the fact that I just save $400 a month, and that's, again, an insane amount of money that I am saving just by not driving. I really wish there was just better transit options to encourage it, because I think a lot of people would benefit from a stronger public transit. And if your transit is extremely reliable, I just think of just the amount of money you can save just by using the public transit system. And one of and to cut a huge expense out of your life, I think it helps you a lot going forward.
Yeah. And anyway, going back to New York, it was pretty cool. I got an authentic New York slice.
Oh, that's one thing you absolutely have to do when you go to New York. You have to find one of the top 10 only operated in New York pizza chains and just have a slice of cheese pizza to taste like the best pizza you ever have.
I was at this baseball bar called Standings. I was sitting next to a bunch of Mets fans. But between you, me, and the rest of the podcast, they're a bit barstooly. If that makes any sense, they're a bit barstool sports. But they directed me to this really cool pizza by the Slice place. And I had a pepperoni and sausage, and I also had this buffalo chicken wrap.
What kind of oven did they cook it in?
Well, it was a pizza oven, but it was already kind of already baked on the counter. It was almost like they're using the pizza oven as like a toaster.
Okay.
So it had this nice crispiness on the bottom.
Okay.
But it was still floppy because it was so greasy, which, I didn't mind, because that's a good fucking pizza right there. Boston was also pretty cool. Very cool to see a lot of historical monuments. Very cool to see, to actually go to Dunkin' Donuts where it all began. And very cool to see, a couple of bands I really wanted to see live at one show. That was really cool. And it was also very cool to get this girl's Instagram after the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, my man.
I may have pulled a little bit of Riz in Boston. Maybe.
Spencer's got the Riz. Let's go. Now, the $1 million question is, when's the Pacific Northwest vacation?
That depends on if any really cool bands come out to Seattle.
I see. Or Vancouver. Or Vancouver.
You see, that's the thing. Most of them stick to the United States.
I know, but maybe you have the weird one that goes to the that one weirdo that says, "I know, let's go to Abbotsford."
What kind of?
And I'm just like, wait.
Yeah,
Spencer's like, bro, look, listen. Hear me out, my man. Listen to this. So there's this band, right? And I'm like, yeah, totally got this band. Yeah, right. Like, I really love to listen. Guess where they're playing? I'm like, where? Where are they playing? Abbotsford. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck are they doing in Abbotsford, man?
Yeah, like the least. No offense, but Abbotsford is like the least punk town in the Fraser
Abbotsford
Valley.
would be such a weird destination too. But like we've
Yeah.
had like Jeff Dunham come out to Abbotsford.
Yeah, like I said, not punk at all. Like,
I mean, I feel like it's the wrong, like the Fraser Valley's not a place to go to. I think if anything, you just go to Edmonton. No offense to the diversity that's in our area due to events. It's not. I think it wouldn't do so well. I don't think there'd be many interested that are interested in punk. Like, and I've worked with a lot of just with the the group. They really like rap. All of them do. They all like, you know, the songs that you would listen to at like listen to when you're working out and rap. And they hate VTuber music.
likes VTuber music, man. Come
A
on.
lot of them do. I do. Like Tristan got me into this stuff, but they really don't like it when they can't understand another language and yet they play, you know, Indian pop, Indian rap, which I can't understand, and they're like jamming out to this. And that is,
that's their language.
it is, but I've noted that they don't like to listen to stuff that they don't understand.
Well, I mean, you know, other than that, you know, Chilliwack's local music is fucking Bernie Herms.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like,
But although I see them going to Chilliwack more than Abbotsford because I feel punk would do better in Chilliwack than Abbotsford.
yeah, like,
Definitely would do better. But I mean,
Oh.
hey, maybe if they're in Vancouver, you know. Yeah, Spencer, maybe. You know, I feel like Spencer's more likely to go to Vegas over Chilliwack. Not gonna lie.
no. No offense to you, Nick, but you know, I can hardly deal with Michigan summers. I feel like I would actively die in Vegas.
I mean,
Yeah, melt into
Also,
a pothole.
taking the autistic man with no self-control to Vegas sounds like a fucking horrible idea.
well, we wouldn't go anywhere
Oh.
near the casinos. We wouldn't do
I
that.
definitely want to check out
You
Omega
would
Market
want
Tower in,
though, like
No, I know because like I know more than enough to know that it is a scam. Like the only way I would go, like Vegas would be one of those places where like genuinely, if like say the Vegas Vipers come back and Cashman, they're playing in Cashman, and I would 100% fly out to Vegas, see the game, maybe walk down the strip, and then that's it. Like I would go for like 2 days. That's like I wouldn't want to stay in Vegas for very long. But if you know the Vegas Vipers just so happen to come back and they're playing at Cashman again, your boy's dressing up in a tuxedo.
Yeah, because we wouldn't want to miss the
Oh,
um
Cashman's such.
Vipers for the world.
Oh my.
We can't use our previous nickname for them anymore. Unfortunately,
Well.
due to certain controversies.
Yeah, I know certain controversies. Yeah.
Yeah, certain controversies that have also happened in Vegas, but anyways.
Yeah, Las Vegas. I mean, the thing about Vegas that I find with Vegas is, well, I mean, with the controversy involving this person is, I think he's big enough to where he can realistically ignore it. Because why? People like money.
I don't think he can. He's got federal judges coming after him.
Now?
Yeah, because of his Amazon controversy.
Well, I
He's
know
got-
that. I know that is.
Yeah, they got the feds on his ass because of those kinds of regulations.
I mean, I'm also pretty surprised at how the that he hasn't been taken down by the IRS for taxes, because like especially when you give away money, right? And I think in the early days, the company has eaten the taxes. Like the contestants get the full amount and they eat the taxes on it. Like that's something that I know that they have, but I don't know if they're doing that. They're doing that anymore, where it's now you have to pay the taxes on your own, right? I mean, I just think the thing with when you look at Mr. Beast, yeah, I just keep looking back to where it's a shame that the road that he went down is clout chasing when that wasn't the Beast that we grew up knowing. And yet, at the same time, I can't help but to think myself, I know why he's doing this, is so that he can make his videos bigger and better. And that's the way how he views it. Whereas he can make bigger, better videos by, doing lunchies, by doing, Amazon Prime documentation. But, like, he doesn't have, I feel like he doesn't have the company stability enough to do it properly.
Besides, I feel like my next big vacation is probably going to be in Chicago, or there's a certain somebody I didn't get the chance to say hi to in Boston, and I'd really like to make up for that.
Oh, you didn't see JJ?
He is in Germany.
Oh, right, he was in Europe, right?
He is currently in the UK with his long distance boyfriend.
Okay. That's unfortunate, but if I'm just saying the Pacific Northwest is in your interest, and there is interest in it, I mean, I'm gonna do everything I can to just meet up and find, even if it's just an arcade, to do something for a few hours, like something like that. And that goes for all y'all. That goes for all y'all. If you happen to get to my neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, very cool trip. Very cool to have done what I've done, and would maybe do it again, and thanks for being patient while I come back.
Hey, no problem, man. I mean, unfortunately with me in video creation, it's been on and off stress colds I've been dealing with. Cause, when isn't work stressful and trying to change I don't know. Oh, it's more ranting I'll have for another day. But
I feel like that's reserved for the Untitled Sickos Project post-game conference.
Yeah, post-game definitely. Not for the now part of everything. It is post-game. I feel a little better because, I have a savings again.
Hooray.
Hooray! I have money I could fall back on. But, it's I think what we probably an episode of Bear Down might be a fast food episode, because never underestimate. Always say thank you to your fast food workers. Even if mistakes, they happen, but always be patient with your fast food workers. The amount of stress that they go through is they're the unsung heroes of most people's lives. It is. Always say thanks to your fast food workers. You don't have to tip. Just say thank you. because it is stressful work. Just the demands that are put, and it feels like it ends up being like a really thankless job that you're doing on a daily basis. So, always, you don't have to tip, just always, it's like thanking the bus driver in Fortnite. Just thank your fast food worker.
I just thank the bus driver in real life, too.
Oh, yeah, that too, yeah. It
That
is,
too.
yeah. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for us today.
Good to be back.
If you enjoyed if you enjoyed what you saw today, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow everybody on social medias. If you haven't watched some videos, there's some videos that we've made. There's some absolute bangers that are that we've done. Big thanks for 55 subscribers. It has been awesome to see. We have got an incredible team working hard together, and we hope to do more for everybody in the future. Until then,
Until then, I've just gave Nickman a blanket so he can keep warm while he's down there.
And I just ordered Nickman some KFC.
Hey.
One last thing. I just saw the dumbest thing in Canada that they have done. In Canada, they have made Kraft Dinner mac and cheese with KFC.
Wow.
Honestly, not bad.
So I used the coupon that I got from one of those boxes. I got 20% off of KFC. Yeah.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Also soon,
Winner chicken dinner, literally.
Soon, the Luke's month-long project is going to commence, where he manually randomizes NHL 25 into 48 teams that you can download the roster for.
Oh dear God.
You really think Spencer wasn't gonna go? It's like a tradition, except this time I'm gonna live stream the whole process.
It's a tradition.
It's a tradition unlike anything other. But hey, Spencer, what team do you hope to play for?
Uh,
I think it's too stimulating. I think I've stimulated him too much.
Yeah, I think you broke my brain. The fact that you were in hell the last time we did this, you're like doing this again.
No, that was year 1 was hell. Year 2 was took me 10 days.
Oh, okay.
We've sped it up, and also like I wasn't No. I think I just left Woodstone. I was able to like finish like the last big bulk of it. That's what I think would happen. But no, I don't mind doing it. It's we've done a faster way to do it. It's just I just really wish the only thing NHL did have was the ability just to not create 32 teams. If I could just go back to my previous NHLs and just grab the logo, jerseys, and arena that we've used and just pick that back up, plop it there. One less thing for me to do, but no.
I will say NHL 24. That beautiful, like, awful pink stadium.
Mm-hmm. We had to say goodbye to the piss team. Because Salt Lake City has a team. Frank.
Right.
But no, that means Arizona gets the piss team now. Because here's the thing. The Coyotes logos have been removed from NHL 24. NHL 25, so I can't even do anything with the Coyotes. But I'll see what I can do for team creation this time around. I think I might just, I'm going to grab, the usuals, the Alaska Aliens, the Jacksonville, the Sacramento Bulls are going to be around, the mainstays.
The Grand Rapids Grizzlies.
Yes, Grand Rapids Grizzlies will be here. So, Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Thank
be
you for-
streaming the whole creation live on Twitch. I mean, here, live here. So, join along.
Yeah,
It's a
and,
tradition unlike any other.
Yeah, definitely stay around for that. But thank you for watching Grausage Sausage when the Fausage Sausage. Fausage Bausage.
My brain hurts when I try to when I type the name. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.